Lions? It's Big Al. Welcome to another Dumb Sports Vlog. Week 2 is in the books. I feel like yesterday we were just anticipating football coming and we're already 2 weeks in. I'm going to give you a recap of every game. We're going to talk about everything that happened in Week 2. No basketball, no baseball, just NFL football. The good, the bad, the ugly, who's good, who's bad, who's really ugly. We're going to get into it all. Let's get into it. Week 2, big headline. Rest in peace, ACLs. I mean, what a week for ACLs. I feel like, is this a recent thing? I feel like ACL injuries are like the past 10 years have just increased dramatically. And I know a lot of it's due to technology and the turf and paint on the field. They had the issue, the guys tearing their ACLs on the Hall of Fame field a couple years ago, the Packers, and I think some other team had some injuries. What is with these new stadiums and the turf destroying people? And now it's in New York. The Steelers had a guy tear his ACL on last Monday, and then now we got the whole 49ers team got hurt on Sunday playing the Jets. I think they got to go back and play the Giants too. They got to play on the same field back-to-back weeks. After losing half their team, Jimmy Garoppolo, Nick Bosa, Solomon Thomas, George Kittle was out before, Raheem Mostert, after having a big 80-yard touchdown open the game. Man, ACLs, I feel like I know it's always been around and it's always been an injury, but I feel like recently it's just like, it's getting worse and worse. I had a buddy tear an ACL in high school, and his got replaced with like a biker's that died in a motorcycle accident. So I'm wondering, are they replacing all these NFL guys with biker ACLs? Are biker ACLs stronger than normal ACLs? Like, what's going on with ACLs? Do I need to donate mine to the Steelers so that they can have stronger ACLs? I don't know. ACLs. Why can't we get rid of this injury? Why is it getting worse? It's like the opposite of Oprah. It's like if Ellen was passing out ACL tears. You get an ACL, you get an ACL. Ellen would do that. Some dickhead move, tossing out ACL injuries. Insane. So we find out today why Tyrod Taylor missed on Sunday, and it's a doozy. The Washington football team must have sent their team doctors to Los Angeles because this guy tried to inject Tyrod Taylor with pain medication in his broken ribs and punctured his lung. What kind of oopsie freaking... I feel like I could have... Why would you do that? In hindsight, it's probably like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of, but it probably happens every day. They probably inject people in the area with pain, cortisone, whatever. Why do you take out your own quarterback like that? That's insane. Here's a hot take. That doctor that punctured Tyrod Taylor's lung almost had them beat the Chiefs. Justin Herbert almost beat the Chiefs. He wouldn't have played if that guy didn't sit there and stab him in the lungs. That doctor was almost responsible for them upsetting the Chiefs. And it's terrible to say because I like Tyrod Taylor, but how are you going to puncture your quarterback's lung? What an asshole. That's insane. And now we see the first fines being handed down for face masks not being worn. And the NFL collected. They treated these guys like they were James Harrison. They fined the coaches $100,000 and the team $250,000. That's like 4 years' salary. That's insane. That is a lot of money. $250,000, $100,000 for a coach. And the coaches probably walk around like, oh, that's like $50 to me or whatever. That's a lot of money. Imagine what you could do with $100,000. Imagine the debt you could wipe out. Imagine the down payment you could put on a house. Imagine the car you could buy with $100,000. That's insane. Who was it? John Gruden got it. They sent out an email or a memo after the first week because they saw Sean McVay do it, and Sean McVay even knew it. He was like, yeah, I think they sent that out about me. Kyle Shanahan, John Gruden, Sean Payton, $100,000 just gone like that. Just tossing out $100,000 fines. Boom, 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 boom. $100,000. Jesus. Fines for face masks. It doesn't even make sense to me because the players get tested, the coaches get tested, the personnel get tested either every day or every other day. So you know when they have it, and when they test positive on game day, they're not going to be on the sidelines, obviously. If they get the rapid test a couple hours, whatever it is. What are the masks even for? You're sitting there testing these guys every single day, every other day, whatever it is. What's the mask going to do? It's preventing the spread of everyone that's COVID negative? That doesn't even make sense to why they're wearing masks. I guess the NFL is just trying to make it look like it's a good thing. We're wearing masks and we're doing the right thing and all that. If you test them every single day, there's no point. You take the bad ones out, leave the good ones in. They all sit there and coexist like we used to, right? It's like porn. Like no one goes around in porn with herpes and gives everyone herpes. It's going to be the same thing. These players are going to get tested. They're going to get passed. They're going to fail. If they get failed, they're pulled out. If they get passed, they play the game. Why do you need masks on the sidelines? None of the players are wearing masks. None of the players are testing positive either. I mean, it's insane to me. It's insane that the coaches have to wear face masks with how much they're getting tested. Those are my big headlines. Let's just talk about the games. I'm going to go through every game. First one, Broncos to Steelers, baby. 2-0. Injured Drew Lock. I don't want him to get injured. I wanted to beat him full strength, obviously. But people are giving the Steelers a bad rap. They're 2-0, but they played two. One of my buddy called them Pop Warner teams. They played two Pop Warner teams. They got the Giants and the Broncos. The Broncos, we injured their quarterback in the first quarter, and we should have beat the crap out of the Broncos. We injured Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, their quarterback. They don't have an offensive line. We should have smacked them. We let them hang around. We barely beat them by 5 points. The Steelers' defense is legit. The real test this week is going to be against Houston. Because we played two easy teams, Houston's played two really hard teams in the Chiefs and the Ravens. So they might come out swinging, desperate for a win because they need one. The Steelers need to come out and prove how good they are. And how good are they? We see their defense already putting up historic numbers. 7 sacks in the game on Sunday, leading where they picked up off last year. Tons of sacks already, pressures, a couple turnovers a game. Keep it rolling, all right? Steelers take the win over the Broncos. I'm excited. Next one, Vikings at Colts. I cannot stand Kirk Cousins. The most average human being in the history of human beings. This guy, 3 picks against the Colts defense. Malik Hooker's not playing, first of all. DeForest Buckner murdered him, by the way. DeForest Buckner destroyed Kirk Cousins on a play. Look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about. Man, decleated this guy. The Vikings are terrible. What's going on? The Colts disappointed me after their loss to the Jags last week. But here we go, freaking not doing any better. Well, actually, they did better. They beat the Vikings. I'm overreacting. But the Vikings, terrible. They're not going anywhere. They're done. Overreaction for week 2. The Vikings are completely done. They're almost as bad as this next team, the Jets. 49ers at Jets. The whole 49ers team got injured, and the freaking 49ers still won by 18 points or something like that. The Jets are terrible. Sam Darnold needs to be saved from Adam Gase. Adam Gase is terrible. There was that one NFL reporter that said, I wouldn't even want Adam Gase coaching my 12-year-old son's Pee-wee football team. That's harsh, man. That's so harsh. But Sam Darnold shows these glimpses of pure beauty. He had that across-the-shoulder touchdown throw, running the opposite way, all awkward, dropped a dime down the field. Guy scores a touchdown. Get Sam Darnold away from the Jets, man. That's hard. Get away from Adam Gase. Fire Adam Gase. I say 5-6 games, Adam Gase makes it, and then they fire his ass. There's no way he can continue. I know they played the 49ers, and that's the best team, but you can't start like 0-5, 0-6. That's just going to keep going downhill. That Jets roster, they called it last year the worst roster they'd ever seen, like put together, like ever assembled. That's bad. And they're not that much better this year. Le'Veon's out already. Keep Sam Darnold healthy. Please don't ruin him for his whole career. Moving on, Bills at Dolphins. I owe my buddy Daniel an apology. I said the Dolphins were going to get their shit kicked in. They didn't. They only lost by 3 points. They were winning the game at the end. The Dolphins looked better. I wanted to see Tua. He didn't come out. Fitzpatrick still doing it. Fitzmagic still got it going on. The Bills are good. I thought they were going to kick the shit out of the Dolphins, but they didn't. The Dolphins hung around. I think the Dolphins do what the Dolphins do, and they get a win against the Patriots this year. If they play like they did against the Bills, they can get up to like 7-8 wins. I think so. Tua sees the field probably the same time Gase gets fired, 5 or 6 games. I'll give him that. I want to see Tua. But, I mean, Fitzmagic keeps balling out the first 5 games of the season, so it may be longer than that. Falcons at Cowboys. Every fan sitting here watching highlights, watching the game, everyone knows the receiving team doesn't have to freaking let the ball go 10 yards before they can pick it up. And all 11 people on the Falcons' hands team didn't realize they could pick the ball up. Are you shitting me? I don't know if that's bad coaching. I don't know if that's how you got 11 dudes that play football their whole life know that the onside kick doesn't have to go 10 yards before you can recover it. I'm not saying that one play lost them the game. It did lose them the game. Julio Jones dropped a touchdown. But don't make such stupid mistakes, especially the Cowboys. We don't need the Cowboys celebrating. Come on, man. Be smarter than that. Don't do that. Don't give the Cowboys confidence. Don't give them hope, like Hawkeye in Endgame. Don't give me hope. Don't give the Cowboys hope. They were up by 21 points in the first quarter. Push them. Push their heads in. Push their heads underwater until the bubbles stop. Don't let up. The Steelers do that shit too. They get up by freaking 20 points on someone, and then they let them right back in the game, and they win by 5 points. The Falcons didn't even pull off the win. Get it together, man. Terrible. Jags-Titans, I kind of forgot this game was happening. This is always the game that's like the Thursday night game where the Jaguars come out in like these throw-up gold uniforms or whatever, their color rush. This year, they're playing Miami tomorrow night, color rush. They're playing like all teal. This is going to be a hell of a freaking game to watch. Just teal men running around. Jaguars-Titans. The Jaguars actually put up 30 points. Not looking terrible after trading their whole team away. I'll give them that. The Titans are running the ball. They're playing defense, except for giving up 30 points, I guess. But Titans looking good, 2-0 this year. Probably looking at taking that division. Houston starting 0-2, and they got to play Steelers. Hopefully the Steelers knock them to 0-3. Titans leading the way right there. Panthers at Bucks. This was the win that Tom Brady is going to have all year. I'm not just saying the Panthers, but I'm saying he's going to beat the teams he's supposed to beat. And you think about the Bucks are probably like the fourth best team in the NFC. So they're going to win against their division, against the Panthers, against the Falcons. They'll play some random-ass teams in the NFC. They'll play the AFC teams. They'll win the games they're supposed to win, but they're not going to beat the Saints. They're not going to beat the Seahawks. They're not going to beat those top-tier teams. But you look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady still has it, and you know, by his mentals. And the best thing I saw from Tom Brady was that highlight. He threw that touchdown to Mike Evans, and he pump faked him after it was either 5-10 yard comeback. He pump faked like he was going to do it. And usually when you throw that hitch and go, it's throwing it deep. He throws a hitch and go and throws a back shoulder to Mike Evans at the beginning of the end zone. Mike Evans just catches the ball and stands there in the end zone. Gorgeous. And that's Tom Brady just being Tom Brady. He's so smart. He doesn't have that strong of an arm anymore. You can tell his arm is suffering, but man, where's Gronk? Why is Gronk not doing a damn thing? Gronk needs to come back. He came back. He needs to come back and be a man. Start getting these targets. Start getting these catches. Get him more involved. Get him some confidence. Those stupid little screens so he can get some confidence. Like, come on, man. Gronk needs to be back at it. Rams at Eagles. What's going on with the Eagles, man? Some of my closest friends are Eagle fans. What's going on? Lost to the Rams, lost to Washington last week. The good news is you can win the NFC East with 8 wins. Maybe 7 this year. Who knows? You got Washington 1-1. You got Eagles 0-2, Cowboys 1-1, and who's the other shit team in there? The Giants are 0-2. So the Eagles are only one game out of first place and haven't won a game yet. So the Rams actually looking decent going to the East Coast and beating up the Eagles. They put up 37 on them or something like that. Rams looking good. I don't know if they're looking like their Super Bowl team from 2 years ago, but the Rams are looking good. The offense is good. Extended Robert Woods, hometown hero, USC. Fight on, baby. LA. That's cool. I like seeing the Rams succeed. The Rams aren't a team you dislike, like the Patriots or, I don't know. I dislike Seahawks just because I feel like they're bandwagoners. They weren't good till recently, and then all the people jumped on their bandwagon. I don't really like their fans just because I feel like they're bandwagoners. I feel like they're Golden State fans too. What else we got? Lions at Packers. Aaron Rodgers, man. Aaron Rodgers still got it too. You look at this guy dropping dimes, freaking putting up 40 points back-to-back games. I know it was against the Lions, but they were down in that game. They were down a couple scores in that game. Come back, smacked them, 42-21. That defense is actually holding up Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers playing amazing. Aaron Jones actually a good running back, leading the league in rushing right now. Packers, look out, man. Look out in the NFC. They're better than the Bucks. We got Packers Saints on Sunday night or Monday night? Sunday night. Dude, that's the game. Watch that game. That might be the battle for the NFC right there. Packers and Saints. I don't think the Bucks are going to do it against either of those teams, especially now the Saints have already beaten the Bucks. The Packers will if they see them. They'll have to see them. If they see them in Lambeau, for sure. But yeah. Giants at Bears. Bears with another come-from-behind win. The Bears are feisty, but they're playing bad teams. The Lions and the Giants. It's kind of like they're in the same Steelers situation where they played two Pop Warner teams, I guess. And they need to get a good statement win. I don't know who they play next, but they need to get a good statement win. The defense needs to get some more confidence. Khalil Mack needs to get some more sacks. Mitch Trubisky needs the confidence, and then they'll be better off. Washington and Cardinals. Washington, still good. Not saying they suck because they lost 30-15 to the Cardinals. I'm saying the Cardinals look good. And I feel like Kyler Murray went from trying to play this air raid offense that Cliff Kingsbury wanted him to play, and he went to back to playing how he did in high school, how he did at Oklahoma, where he takes off running, and he's sitting there skipping, standing straight up, and then taking off to the corner of the end zone. His running is coming more into play this year, and that makes the Cardinals extra dangerous. I don't even care who's on defense for them. They got Chandler Jones, they got Patrick Peterson. That's a good defense, but they're going to put up 30 points a game. Man, that kid's exciting to watch. He's 5'10", short king. Let's do it, baby. I'm on the Kyler Murray train this year. Ravens and Texans. This was a good game. Sucks for the Texans. They opened up two of the best teams in the AFC. Got to play the Steelers defense on Sunday. I guess that's going to be a game of who's real and who's not. Are the Texans going to rise up against the Steelers defense in Pittsburgh? Are the Steelers defense going to rise up against Houston's offense at home? This is going to be the game to watch. It's a 10 o'clock game, which sucks, but that's going to be a game to watch for sure. Chiefs at Chargers. This freaking team doctor, man, he almost got the Chargers the win. Patrick Mahomes looked good. They took him to overtime. Harrison Butker nailing like freaking 53-yard field goals back-to-back. Insane. So that means LA must be like a kicking like haven. Like mile high, you can kick 80-yard bombs. LA is the new haven, I guess. Patriots Seahawks, this was a good game to watch. Came down to the wire. Everyone and their freaking mother knew Cam Newton was running that same goddamn play that they ran earlier, and including the Seahawks defense, they stopped it. They had that game. If they would have ran that so they ran that play earlier in the game, and then they were on the 1-yard line, and he took a step up, and then the little tight end went out. My football terms are bad. I haven't played football in forever. Little tight end, little out route, didn't get to him. They would have been better off passing the ball. Give a little Seahawks a taste of their own medicine, not running the ball on the 1-yard line. But Cam's huge, man. You'd expect him not to get stuffed like that, but everyone knew that play was coming. That lead blocker fullback, that two tight ends on that side, everyone knew that play was coming. Got to be better, Josh McDaniels. Cam Newton looking like a beast. Russell Wilson looking amazing. Only has one interception on the season, and that was because Greg Olsen was an idiot and didn't catch that ball. But the Seahawks look really good. I'd take the Seahawks and the Packers probably in the NFC Championship game. Seahawks looking real good. This leads me to my biggest surprise of the week. I am not ready for the Raiders to be good at football again. I said it. I'm not ready. I don't need Raider fans to have confidence like Browns fans. I don't need them to have confidence. I don't need the Raiders to be good at football. They upset the Saints on Monday night in their new stadium. Insane win for their first win in their Las Vegas stadium. The Death Star. Good on the Raiders. Darren Waller had like 15 catches. Josh Jacobs looking good. Derek Carr looking surprisingly good. Drew Brees looks surprisingly bad. Raiders defense looking surprisingly good. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for the Raiders to be good again. But that was it. Week 2's over. Looking forward to week 3. Got a weird Miami-Jacksonville game tomorrow night. I'll watch it. I don't care. It's football, baby. We got SEC football starting on Saturday. We've got NFL all day Sunday, Monday night. I love it. I'll be back. I'll try to do recaps and previews every week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting my hobby. I got a new logo coming out soon. My wife's been making stickers. So I got a new logo coming out. It's pretty cool. I love it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, do whatever you got to do. But thanks for watching. Love always, and remember, Iowa sucks.